Most business owners don't lose customers or can't attract customers because they're bad at what they do. They lose them or can't attract them because the customer never feels understood. And if a prospect doesn't feel understood, they're not going to feel confident in saying yes. Hey, welcome back to Business Growth Made Simple podcast. I'm Steve, your host, and today we're talking about the second piece of the L in the Climb blueprint, language, but the second half of it. The first part we talked about in the last episode, which was all about the language you speak internally to your employees. This podcast is all about external, how you show up to your current clients and how you show up to attract new clients. So we need to speak in a way that makes the right client say, they get me. We need to be clear. They understand me. They don't care about your product. They don't care about your service. They care about, do they understand my problem? Do they understand my situation? Do they know what matters to me most? And if the answer is unclear, they're going to hesitate. And you're going to probably hear let me think it over. I need to think it over. I need to speak to my spouse. Whatever it is, the words that they're saying back to you, especially the ones that you cringe at because you thought you explained it well, it's going to be no. Good language doesn't persuade. It reduces the uncertainty. In the marketing, you could do a quick Google search, or if you could still find a Yellow Pages phone book, flip through it, and you're going to find a lot of these sayings in there. Majority of the companies say the same thing. We've been in business X number of years. And so the question I usually ask with these sayings are, so what does that mean to the customer? We've been in business for 20 years. So we pride ourselves on quality. So we're family owned and operated. So we offer the best service. Say it with me. So the question is, how does that impact the client? None of it's bad. I mean, it's awesome you've been in business for 20 years. That's an amazing feat. Family owned and operated, if you're at the third and fourth generation, that is a huge feat. Sometimes even the second generation is huge. The customer hasn't decided if they trust you yet. So your job early on isn't to prove you're great. It's to prove you understand them. And the reality is, people don't listen for competence first. They listen for familiarity. They want to hear their own thoughts reflected back to them. Good language accomplishes three things. Good language accomplishes three things in order. It names the problem the customer's already feeling. It validates their concern without shaming them. And it shows a clear path forward. If you skip step one, nothing else is going to work. For example, instead of saying, we offer high quality service with competitive pricing, most homeowners call us because they're tired of guessing whether the problem is small or about to get expensive. That's language that says you're not crazy. We see what you're dealing with. We understand it. Now, speaking from the client's world, not yours, here's a good, simple rule. If your language sounds more like a brochure, it's not going to build trust with the customer. Customers don't think in industry terms. They think in outcomes, fears, frustrations. They think, I don't want to make the wrong decision. I don't want this to get any worse. Or how about I don't want to overpay? These are so expensive. I don't want to make it worse. I just want it handled. Just take care of it. When you speak their language, their mindset shifts. They stop evaluating you and they start imagining working with you. That's when you hear things like, "You're the first one who's explained it, so I understand it." Or, "Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Wow, I feel completely better about this now." Those are all signals they're ready to buy. The "yes, they get me" test, here's the practical filter you can use immediately. Anytime you write a website headline, an ad, a sales script, an email, a voicemail, a proposal, ask this question. Would my client say, "That's exactly what I'm dealing with"? The answer is no. The language needs a little more work. Good language is going to feel obvious, not impressive. So think of it this way. Company A, we provide comprehensive solutions tailored to your needs. Or Company B, most people call us when they're frustrated, unsure who to trust, and just want somebody to explain their options without pressure. And Company B was longer, but it didn't say anything fancy. They still spoke to the experience, not the service. That's what creates connection. Remember this, most people have that internal radio station, WIIFM. What's in it for me? And when you speak to their language, they're going to be more receptive to listen to you. So why does language reduce price pressures? Well, it matters more than most people realize. When your language is clear, the price resistance drops because you're going to do what they want you to do. Your trust from them is going to increase. And the comparison shopping, it almost gets shut down because the customer isn't just buying a service, they're buying confidence. They're buying the experience. They're buying they get me. They're the only one that I want to do business with. But if you sound like everybody else, the only thing different is your price. But if you sound like you understand them, your clarity becomes what's different. It's not just about marketing. The language you use affects your team, your culture, your standards, your execution. When leaders use clear, consistent language, teams make better decisions. Customers get a much better experience. And fewer things need to be explained twice. The reality is the right clients aren't looking for you to be perfect. They're just looking to be understood. And if your language helps them feel seen, helps them feel heard, helps them feel guided, they're far more likely to say yes without the pressure. And that's exactly why language is the second step in the Climb Blueprint, because until the message is clear, everything else feels harder than it needs to be. January, we're starting a 60-day Climb cohort to work directly on this. How you talk to your prospects, who your best prospect is, how you position your value, how you create clarity instead of confusion. It's going to be a small group by design built for owners who want to focus, not mumbo jumbo. And you'll find the details in the show notes. We're also starting a front porch coffee Q&A. It's going to be Mondays. The sign up for that will be also in the show notes. We're just going to do a little 15-minute discussion on the Climb cohort and what each piece means. And then we're going to open the rest up for your questions, to answer them, to help you move forward or get clarity, gain profits, and be able to move your company forward without you. So you can then take your 4-week vacation. Hey, next episode, we're going to move to the next letter, the I. Thanks for listening to the Business Growth Made Simple. I'm Steve, your host. Looking forward to seeing you next time.